So I was thinking about this earlier this week. I don't know where my brother's memorial. Listen, I throw out the fucking electric bill, but looking back, thinking the only reason why I remember this is because it was near my birthday. He passed on September 29th of 2006, and I'm like, in my head going, it's 2025. What the fuck? You know? And, man, I don't know, you just kind of, life will do some fucking rotten shit to you, that I can tell you. I remember my grandma died the year before that. I pretty much had a pretty, I just kind of felt like life was good as it was going to be, considering a couple things that were fucked up. But nothing like, I never thought that I would get hit with back-to-back, people dying in such a short time. And, my grandma was, I was definitely a grandma's boy. I fucking love my grandma. My grandma was the best, she really was. That's the one thing. I think about my grandma, and I think about my brother, and I think about them when I want to talk to them on the phone or something. I just don't talk on the phone anymore. There's no one to talk to, and there's no one I want to talk to. Like right now, I would call my brother, and maybe he'd live in New York or wherever. Maybe he would live with my dad in Vegas. Hey, what are you doing? Yeah. Oh, is she trying to watch her? Because my stepmom would always watch her dumb fucking TV shows, so we would just laugh and whatever. But my brother was just such a pacifist. But, what's going on? I remember, I got to do this right. And I thank God that I was able to do this. I started making decent money. I was about 21. My brother was coming out. I just got his drum set out here. We started a band together called Girls Kill. I like the name of the band because I said it looks good on a t-shirt. And it's a song I wrote when I was 16 years old, and it just looks cool, on black and white. And you think about what rock and roll really is. It's about girls killing you and breaking your heart. It sounded a little faggy, I admit, but, I said this is going to look good on a sticker. And it did. Got his drums out here. He flew out here. I ordered him, I bought him $300 and something odd piccolo snare, which is a real thin snare. I bought him a bunch of shit for his drum set. And we were able to go, we started the band. I got the rehearsal studio. We would go together over to the thing, we would audition singers and shit, and he finally, and I said, I'm just gonna fucking sing again, dude. I said, I'm not doing this shit. So we got a band together, and, I don't know, you just don't realize that, you don't realize, like when people go to prison and they're there for 20 years, you don't realize, until you think, I'm looking at this guy, he got $26 million, he was in jail for over 30 years, and it's like, bro, I would have rather been out and worked as a 7-Eleven clerk, but, I prayed about, one of the main reasons I started using drugs was losing my brother. I was already tiptoeing using them, but the fucking fucking pain that was. I just never, like, I would get out of bed and I was just so overwhelmed with grief. I couldn't even fucking stand up in the morning, you know what I mean? And I would get up and it's like, I'm supposed to go to work. You got 3 days to get over this shit, you know, or get your life together and bury your dead and da-da-da-da-da. But you're just supposed to go to work and go on with your life, and you know, it just never happened for 10 years. I don't even think he was 30 something, 31 32 when he died. You know what I mean? I was 28. I just wasn't prepared, and I'm not the person that I am today. Man, that shit just fucking... It almost killed me, the amount of grief, you know, when I never really understood when they say that somebody died of a broken heart. It's a real, like, that's a real thing. Like, my heart was so broken, like, there's just years of my life I don't even know how the fuck I got from point A to point B, you know, and by the grace of God, you know, and praying, and God delivered me from these pain pills. And one day, I have been praying, God, please make this better, you know, like, God, you know, I'm sick of waking up every day and missing my brother. My fucking heart is just broken. And I mean, for like 10 years, you know, like 10 years, I felt like I had a fucking hole. I felt like I had a hole in my chest. And one day I just remember I woke up and I felt different about life. And I felt better, you know, like he was dead. I know that. I've come to, you know, accept that. It's been fucking 10 years at that point. But it didn't hurt like it used to. And, you know, I don't have any pictures of him. I don't have any pictures of anybody, to be honest with you. I can't get back into my Facebook, and I really don't even fucking want to at this point. All pictures of my cats that have died and shit, and I don't even want to fucking, you know. But, you know, I just think of stuff with, like, relationships and life and all of that, and you just go, man, the fucking time you have is... fuck, you know, like, your time is so precious, and people, not only are they wasting time, they're wasting life, and they're wasting lives of others, and they're just never even really figuring out who their true authentic, and I don't mean to sound like some fucking soybean, like, vegetarian California smoothie eater, but you know, you waste life, man. Life is so years and years, and I just look back at the years, and, you know, just even the last couple of years, I'm just like, what the fuck was the point of that? You know, like, what the fuck was the point of all of this? Or what was the point of all that? Or what was the point... You know, like, my brother, my younger brother, who I wasn't close with, he just could never get that shit on the phone. He just could never, you know, he just didn't want to be around me. I don't know if he was jealous of me. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was just so fucking ridiculous that after a point, I just got tired of even pretending that there's no problems between us. There always has been from fucking day whatever, you know, and I just, you know, right before he died, he called me and I wouldn't take his call. My mom was like, your brother wants you to call him, and I was like, I'm not fucking talking to him. He always calls me when he goes to rehab and da-da-da-da-da, and then he forgets about me for a year, and he does this shit, and I'm just like, I'm not talking to him, and I don't regret it, to be honest with you. I let that motherfucker live with me when he got out of jail, and in 2 days, I was like telling him, hey, I gotta go to work in the morning, can you quiet down out here? I could hear him on the phone talking to some girl he met, and he's like, bro, shut the like telling me to fucking relax, and I'm just like, brother, whatever. But I come home and I got a dog. I don't even know where the fuck that came from. Like, I just was a guy one day that had a dog, and God had given me my life back, and here I am. And just don't waste. There's so many people I see wasting their time, and they're not gonna, when they die, go, man, I'm glad I did that.